Hello everyone, my name is Lalit Soni and you are watching InFocus by Drishti IAS. Most of you would have used this term once in a blue moon. That term signifies that there is a rare or unusual occurrence which has happened. So basically in such condition we use this term, that is once in a blue moon. But astronomically speaking, if we look at the term blue moon, that is not a very rare incident. It happens every 2 to 3 years. But if we look at the event, that is super blue moon, that is a, you can say, coincidence wherein super moon and the blue moon are happening at the same time. So such conditions are happening at a very rare pace, or you can say rare frequency, that happens around 11 to 13 or 14 years it takes. So recently there was one event which has happened, and that is super blue moon on 19th of August on Raksha Bandhan. And that is why this term super blue moon has been in news, and we'll be discussing that today. We'll be discussing the phenomena related to super moon, blue moon and super blue moon. Okay, so let's start. In this video, the outline of the video would be like this. We'll start with the news item. We will see why we are discussing that. Then we will be discussing the event, and then we will move to the Earth Moon system. We will talk about the system like we have Earth, we have a satellite, that is moon, and we know that that satellite is constantly orbiting around the Earth. Okay, so we'll be talking about that system. We'll take how much time it takes, and what are the different kind of variations are there. We'll be talking about that. Then we'll be understanding the term super moon. Okay, once we understand super moon, we will move forward with the blue moon, and then in the end we will see what is super blue moon. That is because it is the, you can say, occurrence or coincidence of these two occurring together. Okay, and in the end there will be a prelims question for you. Okay, so let's start with the discussion and we'll see the news first. For the second year in a row, Raksha Bandhan or Rakhi, which is celebrated on full moon day, that is Purnima. Okay, and specifically in Shravan, the Purnima of Shravan is celebrated as Raksha Bandhan. So Purnima in the month of Shravan is marked by the sighting of super blue moon on Monday, August 19th. Okay, so we'll be discussing what is super blue moon. Before that, we will be having the event overview. As I told you that this is what has happened. Super blue moon on Raksha Bandhan, and the date was 19th of August, Monday. It was when we talk about the Hindu calendar, it was month of Shravan, and it was a Purnima of Shravan. Okay, and the festival has coincided with the astronomical event which has happened. If we talk about the astronomical significance, the combination of the super moon and the blue moon, these two terms would be strange for you, but we will be talking about that in the further slides. Now when we talk about the rare incidents which has happened, that these two event has taken place together. Okay, now looking at the Earth Moon system, okay, we know that we have a satellite, that is moon. In universe, or you can say if you talk about our solar system, there are various planets and they have their own natural satellites. Okay, one such satellite of Earth is, you can say, moon, and you know that Earth has only one satellite, that is basically moon. Okay, now moon is actually orbiting around the Earth in a elliptical orbit. Again, I'm telling you, this is not a circular orbit. Okay, it is not circular, it is ellipse. Okay, it is elliptical. What is ellipse? It is basically a circle which has been stretched out, or you can say flattened from the top. Okay, so here you can see this is something which has been stretched out in the, you can say, eastward direction, and from the top you can see it has been flattened. Okay, so that is an ellipse. When we talk about the you can say this period of moon completing this particular orbit or the circulation over here, that is basically 27.3 days. Okay, so this much time it will take, moon will take to, you can say, revolve around the Earth and come to the same position. Let's say moon has started from this particular place, and then it has circulated the Earth and came back to this particular point. It will take 27.3 days. Okay, now coming to the next thing is that there is a difference between the lunar cycle, this is the, or you can say this orbit cycle, and the lunar cycle. When we talk about the lunar cycle, that is from one full moon to another full moon. Okay, and this event between one full moon to another full moon, this particular you can say timeline would be of 29.5 days. Okay, why there is this difference? Because you know that the whole system, this whole system over here, we are seeing that moon is orbiting earth over here and earth is orbiting the sun. Okay, and when we look at the full moon and new moon, these are the phenomena which are basically happening because of the sunlight which is falling on the moon. And since this whole system is moving, because of this there are certain variations in the way light falls on the moon, and that is why from a full moon to another full moon, or the way in which light is falling on the moon, that takes basically 29.5 days. Okay, so from one full moon to another full moon, it will take 29.5 days. And if we talk about the, you can say, moon circulating the earth, it will take 27.5 days. Okay, so ultimately you can say that once, if starting from here, if that was basically your full moon, okay, so next time the full moon will be somewhere over here, because till here that will be 27.3 days and till here that will be 29.5 days. Okay, so that is a little bit complicated to understand, but know that these are two different things. One is moon is circulating around the earth, that will take 27.3 days, and the way light is falling on the moon from the sun, that will take 29.5 days. And that is why from one Purnima to another Purnima you will have 29.5 days. And for when we talk about the place from where it has started and revolving around the earth and then came back to the same place, that will take 27.5 days. I hope that is okay. Now moving to the next part over here, you can see there are two conditions which are given over here. One is here moon is somewhere over here, and second condition is when moon is over here. Okay, as I told you, that is flattened. When we are talking about the orbit, it is flattened. Okay, because of which one side is a little bit smaller than the other side. Okay, so when moon is nearest to the earth, okay, so that condition is called is you can say perigee. Okay, now if we talk about the perigee, you can see that is the distance between earth and moon at that point of time is 3,63,300 kilometers. Here you can say when you can say moon is further from the earth, that is 4,05,500 kilometers. So you can say this is the place where you can say earth will be closest to the moon. Okay, now this is perigee, and the event wherein earth will be far from the, you can say, moon, that will be apogee. Okay, now if the full moon condition is happening somewhere over here, that will be called supermoon. Okay, now let's see in the further slides we'll be talking about that. Here we have seen that orbital shape, that is elliptical and not circular, which we have already seen. Then next part is perigee is the closest point to the earth in the orbit, which we have seen, that is basically your perigee. Okay, it is closest to the earth. Then apogee is the farthest from it, so here you can say that is the farthest point from the earth. Moon phases and cycle if we talk about, so moon orbit duration, that is 27.3 days. As I told you, if moon is moving in around in this particular orbit and starting from one position and coming back to that particular position, it will take 27.3 days. Then they have talked about the second thing, that is new moon to new moon or full moon to full moon, that is basically taking 29.5 days due to the earth moon sun alignment. As I told you, this whole system is moving, and because of which there are certain variations in the way the light is falling on the moon surface. Okay, so that is why there is a difference. Okay, so that is 29.5 days. Okay, now super moon defined. If we talk about what is super moon, that occurs when the moon is at the near or the perigee of the full moon. Okay, so here you can see if there is a full moon. Okay, if there is full moon and full moon is happening at this particular position. Okay, so that is when we will, you can say, at the perigee, if we have full moon, that is what called is as super moon. Okay, so if we look at the full moon, you know that every month there will be full moon. Okay, and this particular incident, that that full moon is occurring on this particular point, that is perigee, that is called as super moon. Okay, and this super moon will happen when we talk about this particular condition. That is also not very rare occurrence, this can happen. Okay, now coming to the next one over here, that is basically here we have talked about the perigee, apogee, that is there. For simplification, I have put a diagram over here. Now coming to the next part, that is basically your super moon. We will be looking at certain characteristics of the supermoon. As I told you, supermoon is happening when you can say moon is at the perigee. Okay, so I hope that is clear here. And what is the difference? At the same time, if we look at the apogee, you can say that is the farthermost point. So you can see here from the earth, as seen from the earth, you will be seeing there will be a difference in the size. It will look smaller. You know that if object is little bit far, that object will look, you can say, smaller. And since the object is at perigee, and it will look, you can say, little bit of bigger in the size. Okay, so at perigee it will have 14% bigger size. Okay, it will appear 14% bigger. Okay, and since at the perigee we are having a full moon, and that is why it is called super moon, and that is why it will be nearly 30% brighter. So these are the, you can say, characteristics of super moon. It will be appearing bigger and brighter because it is nearest to the earth, that is at the point of perigee. Okay, so I hope that is clear. Now we can move to the next part, that is basically your blue moon. Okay, now commonly defined as that monthly blue moon. There are two definitions we'll be seeing, and the seasonal definition. Okay, one is monthly, second is seasonal. Now if we are looking at the time, that is 29.5 days. This is the time from one full moon to another full moon. Okay, now if you look at the a month, a normal month, if we look at, we know that that is a month of 30 days or 31 days. Okay, if we talk about a year, we have 365 days in a normal year. Okay, and if we look at this particular 29.5 days, and there are 12 months in you can say our calendars, so it will come certain something around 354. Okay, now there is a gap of nearly 11 days gap is there. Now somewhere you will see this gap will be, you can say, balanced, or somehow there will be a 1 month in every 2 to 3 years. You will find that in that particular 1 month you are having one extra full moon. Okay, so mostly generally we talk about that every month we will have one Purnima, but if there will be a month after 2 to 3 years, in that particular month you will be seeing two Purnimas or the two full moons. Okay, so at that particular condition of having two full moon in a month, okay, then the second full moon will be called as a blue moon. Okay, because that is happening after 2 to 3 years, that is why we are calling it once in a blue moon. Okay, so here you can see two full moons in a single calendar month. Okay, happens roughly around 2 to 3 years. Why 2 to 3 years? If you look at this particular, you can say 11 days. So in 1 year you will have 11 days, in another year you will have 11 days, and then you will have nearly 6 days or 7 days, then it will be somewhere around 28 days. Okay, and our cycle is of around 29 days. Okay, so every 2 or 2.5 or 3 years you will be seeing that there will be a 1 month wherein one cycle will complete, and ultimately you will be looking at another full moon in 1 month. Okay, for simply speaking, if we consider that, let's say you have seen on 1st of August you have seen full moon. Okay, and now we know that we have August till 31st, so that is 1 month, but we know that the cycle is of 29 days. Okay, so another full moon will be after 29.5 days, so that would be somewhere around here on 30th of August. Okay, so in 1 month we are seeing two full moons, or in 1 month we are seeing two Purnimas. So in that case, the second full moon, the second Purnima, will be considered as a blue moon. Okay, so that is simple. Now coming to the second definition, defined by Maine Farmer's Almanac 1937 as the third full moon in a season with 4 full moons. Okay, so basically here when we are talking about this particular season, these seasons are, you can say, defined from equinox to equinox. Okay, so you know that summer solstice happen on 21st of the June. From there, first, you can say, season will start. Okay, so let's see, from the June, there 21st June the season is starting, that is called summer season. Okay, and they are saying that the third one will be called as the, you can say, blue moon. Okay, so first June, then you have July, that is 1 month. From July to August you will be seeing second, and in the starting of August and till the, you can say, September comes, here you will be seeing another one. Okay, because this is the first, this is second, and third, you can say, full moon. Okay, so in the month of August you will be seeing the third one. So if in that particular season, if in this particular season, if you are seeing 4 blue moon, okay, that is the normal condition where you will be seeing one every month. But if you are seeing 4, then the third one will be considered as the, you can say, blue moon. Okay, now again I am repeating this particular point. Since the summer season is starting from the 21st of June, okay, so from 21st June to 21st of, or you can say 1st of July, 1st July to 1st of August, 1st August to 22nd of September. Okay, so every month you will be seeing at least one full moon. Okay, that is the normal condition. In 3 months you will be seeing 3 full moons. Okay, now we are saying that every 2 to 2.5 or 3 years you will be seeing an extra full moon. Okay, so in this particular cycle, if you are seeing an extra, so there are total 4 full moons. Okay, then in 4 full moons the third one will be considered as the blue moon. Okay, so here you can see it is defined by the Main Farmer's Almanac 1937 as the third full moon in a season with 4 full moons. Okay, in a season, if there are 4 full moons, then the third will be considered as the blue moon. Okay, again here they are saying that there is this seasons, one is starting from the 21st of June, second is starting from the 22nd of the September. Okay, so meanwhile in this particular time, if you are seeing 4 full moons, then third one will be called as the blue moon. Okay, right now since we are talking about this particular 19th of August, that was the summer season and this was the third one which we have seen, and that is why it is called as blue moon. Okay, now the fun fact over here is that this particular blue moon has happened on the Purnima, and that is why this is a super blue moon. Okay, so I hope that is clear. Now coming to the next part, that is called as super blue moon. Okay, now this is nothing but the combination of two things, that is super plus blue. Okay, super moon is you can say full moon at perigee. Okay, and blue moon, that is basically happening every 2 to 3 years. Okay, so that has happened together, and that is why right now at perigee we have seen a super moon on after 2 to 3 years, and that particular you can say season is that wherein we have seen 4 of the full moons. That is why the third one is called as blue moon, and that incident all together we are saying that it is a trifecta of astronomical events wherein we have full moon at perigee and it is also a blue moon, that is by super blue moon. Okay, I know that this particular concept is little bit difficult, but try to watch this video once or twice, you will try to you will be able to understand it. Okay, now coming to last part, that is basically there are certain misconceptions. Okay, with the name it is saying that blue moon. Okay, so whether the color of the moon will be blue or not. Okay, so obviously the color will not be blue. Okay, because of certain pollutants, because of the certain environmental or the atmospheric conditions, there might be a blue tint, but that will not be a that will have nothing to do with the moon, that is has everything to do with the atmosphere. Okay, so here you can say, will it appear blue? No, the term blue moon does not refer to its color. Possible blue tint can occur due to the atmospheric condition like smoke or dust. Okay, the color near horizon, since when we are talking about the horizon, that is the, you can say from the, if we are talking about the visibility, that will be the near earth. Okay, and near earth you will see that the blue light actually has got scattered in the atmosphere, and that is why it will be appearing nearly red or orange. Okay, then viewing condition, that depends on the size, brightness differences depends upon the weather, pollution and the cloud cover, etc. Okay, so these are certain things which we have to discuss about the super moon, blue moon and the super blue moon. Okay, with that this concept ends here. We will be looking at a MCQ question with respect to that. So question is, a super moon occurs when the moon is at which point of its orbit? Apogee, perigee, equinox or solstice. Okay, so you can attempt this question, answer in the comment box. With that, I would like to take your leave. If you have not subscribed the channel, please subscribe it. Have a nice day. Thank you.
For more informative content, like, share and subscribe, and do not forget to press the bell icon to get the notifications.